Well, welcome back to another episode of the Wedding Hive. Today we have Poppy Carter with Colby Bridal. This is an intimate bridal boutique with a luxury experience and great prices. So welcome to the podcast.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Yay.
I've watched your girls' other podcasts, and I think you're doing such a great thing for the wedding industry and all the brides listening.
Aw,
so I'm
thank
super
you.
excited to be here. Yeah.
Yay.
We
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
it.
Yeah.
Of course.
That makes us happy to hear.
Yes.
And then
You were going to ask her.
wait, you're yes or no right off the
No,
bat.
but we have a really serious question for Poppy.
What is it?
You're right.
How did you get your name?
Okay, I knew that was coming.
Yep.
So Patricia is actually my given name. That's like what I was
really?
born with. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then I have 4 siblings. So there's 5 of us kids. And growing up, you always have nicknames and your siblings always call you different things. So
Okay.
Poppy was just a nickname that I had since I think I was, honestly, before I was born. Like I was in my mom's belly.
They're like, we already have it ready.
Yeah. And it just stuck my entire life. Like my parents have called me it. My family, my friends, forever. And at one point when I was younger, I was like, should I just change it legally? But I didn't go down that route. So yeah. Patricia's my given name and Poppy is just stuck forever. So that's what I've been called. Uh-huh.
I love
that.
it.
I know. I think
Thank
that's
you.
super cute. I saw when you had messaged us, I was like, wait, is her name really that? I was like, it's so cute and so fun.
Well, I think it's actually becoming popular. Like I've met a few people who are named Poppy, which I think is so cute and so cool. I love that.
Like more adults or kids?
More kids. So
do you think it was from
like the new
Trolls?
generation?
Yes,
Yeah,
I do.
Trolls totally took that one
Oh
over.
yes, we talked about this yesterday.
Princess
I haven't
Poppy.
seen Trolls, but she was telling me, yes,
I'm
Princess
like,
Poppy.
Poppy loves hug time.
Yes,
She's so cute.
I haven't seen the whole movie, but I've seen clips, and I
Okay.
know that because little kids would always be like, Princess Poppy, like Trolls, and I was like,
You're like,
wait.
yeah, sure,
yeah.
that's me.
So then I figured it
I
out.
love it.
Yeah.
So you went from Poppy to now you're Princess Poppy.
Princess
Yeah.
Poppy, yeah. I'm like,
We're
I'll
just gonna
keep
call you
taking the
Princess Poppy
nickname.
now.
I love it.
We love it.
I do.
So one thing that we like to ask all of our guests when they come on is a yes or no question.
Okay.
So here's your yes or no question. Are you yes or no for 2 dresses, as in a wedding dress and a reception dress, or keeping on that wedding dress all day?
I'm absolutely yes. I think it's the coolest thing. I think if your budget can fit that in and you have that time opportunity during your wedding day, I think it's awesome. It gets all of like the guests so excited and it just really breaks up the ceremony and reception. So I think it's so cool.
Awesome. I know Grace had a cute reception dress.
I did do a
or
reception dress. Yeah. I mean, I loved my wedding dress so much, but you're just not used to wearing something like that heavy.
Yeah.
And then, once you have like the shoes on and then you spend hours taking pictures, like when it was time to dance, I was just like, I'm honestly ready to get this dress off.
Yes.
So, and it was nice. And just like you said, I came out and everyone was like, oh my God, this is so cute.
fun.
And it was and I had cute custom like Nike Air Forces to like go with it. So
Adorable.
I'm definitely a yes. I think it helps if you are wanting to actually get down and dance and you have a tight dress, definitely a reception dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To party.
And I think a lot of designers have thought about that too when they see that brides are going that direction. So there's a lot of gowns too that have options of overskirts, or they have a top and different bottoms that you can wear, or they have like a short romper kind of underneath the skirt. So that's a cool way to get both of those if you aren't able to purchase 2 separate gowns. So you have a lot of options.
Ooh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That's
A lot of fun
genius.
things.
That is genius. Yeah. Especially if you like super love your wedding. I mean, I did love my wedding dress,
Yes.
but some people might have that guilt of like, oh wait, it's my wedding dress and I'm going to take it off. And if they can do that option, I think that's actually really cool.
Totally.
I
Yeah.
love that.
I agree. I was going to have 2 dresses for my wedding too.
Really?
But it didn't work out because it started like pouring rain on my wedding day. So I didn't have the time. Like it didn't allow me to
Yeah.
go change and come back. But I think it's so cool. I think it's such an amazing like show-stopping moment. And the pictures are iconic. You get 2 different sets of photos, which is so cool.
Absolutely.
I agree.
I've had a bride once she had a super cute reception dress, but she had these really cute high top Converse. And they were like all gemmed out with a big bow on the back. Oh, she looked so
cute.
freaking cute.
I love that.
So cute.
I just couldn't get over it.
Yeah.
I love all the custom stuff on wedding day.
Me too.
I'm like, get those custom shoes, get custom watches, whatever. I'm like, I love it.
Yeah. And you totally feel okay doing it because it's your wedding day. And you're like,
yeah.
I'm going to have so many photos of this and everyone's going to see it and it's totally worth it.
Yeah, it
But
does
I'm the
help
same way.
justify the price
Yes.
on some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh. So we are going to talk about timelines to start off. Do you want to get into
Yeah,
Kelsey?
absolutely. All right. So she is recently engaged. Our bride is. She is getting ready to start the process. How long do you say it typically takes to shop for the wedding dress, receive it, go through alterations, and have it ready for wedding day?
Yeah.
I think people are surprised by how long this process can take.
Totally. And I'm glad you asked that because this is a question, the first thing that brides always ask us. And if you're doing it traditionally, like you're buying a special order gown, meaning that you go to a store, you try on their sample and you say yes to the dress. That dress that you tried on will go back on the rack and then the store will order you a brand new gown. So those gowns, as of now, take about 6 to 8 months to get delivered sometimes. There is options where we have quick ship gowns from designers, meaning that they'll be here quicker. But I wouldn't go in thinking that or having that as your mindset when you're shopping for gowns. And once the gown is delivered within that 6 to 8 month time frame, you want to start your alterations 2 to 3 months before your wedding date. So that gives you enough time to really have that conversation with the seamstress, to really sculpt that dress how you want, to build any customizations you would want. Sometimes during alterations, you're coming up with all these ideas. And you're like, oh, what if we add straps or what if we create a sleeve? And if you're able to give your seamstress that a lot of time, then you'll be able to get all those customizations you want to. And it also gives you a sense of not having that stress and rush. You want to be able to enjoy the process. And you want to be able to go into each appointment and have fun. So being able to have that ample amount of time is so important, which I think I want to stress to every bride. At our store, we do sell a lot off of the rack, meaning that the gown that you try on goes home with you that day. So brides have loved that peace of mind that they're able to actually physically have their gown in their hand at their house. They're looking at it. They're getting ideas of what they want to do to alter it. And it's just quicker. You're not stressed about like the delivery or anything like that. So that's always a good option for brides too.
Yeah.
I love the amount of things. I don't know how many things you did with your alterations. I had one bride and she came, like she put on her dress and I'm like, holy cow, you look phenomenal. And she goes, oh, it's the dress. And I said, what do you mean it's a dress? And she goes, well, I have a boob lift right here and I got a butt lift right here.
She's like a little bit of here.
Yeah, and I'm like, where did that ass come from? And she goes, it's the dress. It's not even mine. And I'm like, I see that.
It's
that
so
is
true.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
I would say too with the alterations and stuff. I mean, you can do so much to it and make it fit your body like a glove and looks really good.
So that's what I always tell brides. I'm like, they love the dress. They say yes. Like that feeling is so amazing. And then when you come back and you bring your dress in and we alter it and it fits you like a glove, like you said, and you have this butt you didn't know and the snatched waist and you just look like the best you've ever looked. It's that whole feeling all over again. You never see yourself in that light and you never see yourself like that. So it's such an amazing time to like be with the bride and just see her so excited because you can really create whatever you like. If you have a vision, we've been able to create it, which is so fun for the brides.
Yeah. Would you say that's your like favorite part about like the wedding dress like process or like as a bridal shop owner, like is it when it finally comes back or is it when they pick the dress? What's your favorite moment?
I think the alterations would be one of them and then them saying yes as well. I like the fact that when they say yes, it's just like their whole entourage is with them. They have so many important people that they need there and you can you feel like you become part of the family almost. We really strive to just be their friend and I don't think there's like a sales tactic in wedding gown shopping and we really pride ourselves on that. We don't want to push any brides. We don't want them to feel like pressured because it's not one of those things you can pressure someone into doing. When you put your dress on and you love it, it's your dress and it's just like such an amazing moment in someone's life that they'll remember forever. And being part of it is super special. And we feel honored because there's not a lot of jobs. There's nothing like that in the world that you get to be part of something so happy. So it's really cool.
I know. That's it. Like getting your wedding dress is so special. I remember when I got mine, I put my dress on that I ended up getting. It's the first one I tried on and I was like, oh shit. I was like, wait, did I already find the dress? It
happens.
And then, I didn't think that was going to happen. And it was like the style I liked. So I wasn't like surprised, but then I'm thinking, wait, we just got here. I'm like, I've only tried on one dress.
Try on so many more.
Yeah, exactly. So, I did a few more and then I put it on and I was just like, yep, this was it. So,
and it was a feeling, right? More than anything.
It's you hear people say that. And I think, not that I didn't believe it, but I'm just like, there's no way. Like, you just like, no. And then you put it on and you're just like, wait, it is. Yeah. I totally had that moment and it's like so special too.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
I loved my experience. Well, talking about appointments, when brides come in and they're looking, what should you bring to appointments? Like, are you bringing shoes, just undergarments, just like a bra you want to wear? Like for day of, what would you suggest to brides to bring?
So for your first bridal appointment or you're just trying on gowns, I would just suggest bringing some nude undergarments. Okay. Your shoes, you don't really need to have. If you have like a very important statement piece, for example, we've had brides that had to wear these cowgirl boots and this is what they're wearing on their wedding day, or they have their grandma's necklace that 100% they're wearing on their wedding date. I'd bring anything important that you know you're going to wear. So that way you're getting the correct neckline with the gown, you're getting the right bottom of the gown if you want to show your shoe, things like that. But if you don't have any special piece that you know you'll be wearing, just going in with nude undergarments, I think is good enough.
Okay.
A lot of the times, even when you're trying on gowns, the bras, or you're not really wearing a bra, the dress has cups in it and you're getting clipped to it. But just having a nude undergarment would be the best for sure.
What should brides expect at their dress appointments?
So when you first come in for a bridal appointment, we want you to have fun and be relaxed. That's like our biggest thing. So you will go in with your entourage, which we try to keep small as possible, just so all of the focus will be on you and what you want, and you're not getting a lot of opinions from other people, because sometimes it could get stressful in that way. You're going through our inventory with us. We're showing you gowns that we think you'd like off of your Pinterest board or any moods boards that you have. If you don't have a Pinterest board, you can just go ahead and tell us what you're envisioning, and we're able to pull a lot of things just from what the bride is able to share with us. If you have the venue, that's important too. We always take that into consideration when we're pulling gowns for you. One thing that we do is we're able to go through the inventory with our brides, which they really like, because having that showroom where they're able to actually touch the gowns and see the fabrics with us is important, because they're able to totally see it and not just kind of have a gown pulled for them blindly. After we pull a few gowns, we like to start with 5 or 7. We'll start with what we usually pick one that's kind of out of pocket, one that you wouldn't ever try on, because that could be your dress, and that happens more often than not. So coming in with an open mind is awesome and really important too, because you'll leave sometimes with a dress you didn't expect if you're just able to trust the expertise and want to try on a different style. After you've tried on a few gowns, you find the gown that you love. Typically, it could be the first one, second, third. We always want to circle back to your favorite gown, and we put that one on at the end, so you have a fresh, like clean slate, and you can really envision yourself in that gown. And by this point, you typically know it's your gown. You're excited. You've lit up, and you feel different, and you can tell that you're so excited about the gown you're in, and we'll do any accessories, veils, anything like that, a glove, if that's what you'd want to do. And then you say yes to the dress, and we all celebrate.
I love it. I was thinking while you were talking about it, trying on dresses is not an easy task because dresses are hard to get into. Do you have any encouragement for brides who might be a little more shy or timid or uncomfortable with the idea of having somebody help them getting naked and then into those dresses?
Yes. True. Yeah, we agree. We think it's such an intimate thing to do. You haven't met us before, and you're coming in and just being so vulnerable and getting naked in front of someone. So at our shop, we always ask if you're comfortable with us in the room. And a lot of the times we try not to even be in the room. We want you to just be there, be able to get into it yourself. And then once the gown has been pulled up, you're just holding it there, and we'll hop back in and we'll clip and zip you. So we get the gown prepared for you. You're in the dressing room by yourself. You just step into it like a little donut, and then we'll pull it up on you and then clip and zip you. And then the same thing, going back and trying on a different gown. We'll unclip and zip, and then you undress yourself, get into the next one after we've prepared it for you. That's a really good question.
Yeah.
I like that. So with bridal dress shopping, do you have a suggestion of like how many shops that bride should check out, and or like maybe the amount of dresses they should try on? I've heard, I feel like a lot of horror stories, a lot of people trying too many on, or what do you think is like a happy like medium to go?
So that's a great question. I feel like now sometimes brides have such easy access to every gown and the internet and everything that they want to try on every gown in every store. And from the experience that I've seen and all the brides that we've had it coming in, I think 2 to 3 stores would be the best. 3 would be max. I think 1 or 2, honestly. Because when you have your gown on and when you're looking at yourself is the moment that can't be recreated. If you love that gown at that point, that's just you looking at yourself in the gown. And the more you think about it and try on different dresses, that moment can't be created again. And you get overwhelmed and you start looking at other things and start questioning your gowns. So that way, I think if you hone in on those 1 or 2 stores, you'll be able to enjoy it more and not feel the pressure of having to be like, oh, maybe I need to one up it and one up it and one up it. Because then you'll go down a spiral and it's just
you're just gonna be like, wait, what did this one look like?
Yes.
And I feel like it's like when people go house shopping and they look at like 20 houses and it's like you're gonna be like, wait, did I like this part of this house? And I think it's the same with bridal, dresses is, and then of course, just like you said, social media and there's so much access and you see all these like pictures of what maybe if I want that, and it's like I think you just should not like overlook it because then you're gonna overwhelm yourself too much.
Totally. And you get burnt out. That's the worst part of it.
Yeah.
It's because you need to have a good energy and you need to go in there like excited and not overwhelmed as much as you can. Like I know it's an overwhelming moment, but we really try to make everything in that appointment super comfortable. So you feel like you're just hanging out with your family and you're just there trying on dresses. You're not so stressed about picking the right gown, if that makes sense. So yeah, 1 to 2 stores would be the best, I would say, for sure.
How many dresses has someone tried on at your shop before in one appointment?
In one appointment?
Yeah.
Okay, in one appointment. We put a cap on it at one point.
Good. Okay.
It's not going to be successful if you're trying on 20 plus dresses.
I like that.
So I would say in one appointment, 15 to 20 dresses. And that is a lot.
Oh my gosh.
That's us putting a dress on you. You step out for a minute. I'm not exaggerating. And you're stepping back in, putting on the next dress. So it takes a few minutes to get the dress on and to go out there. And you don't have a lot of time to soak it in and see which details you like about it.
True.
So we always try 5 to 7. We have done a little more if we're going in the right direction and we can see that we're able to find you the dress that you're wanting. If it's more than that, we want you to take a break. We want you to schedule a comeback appointment and we'll go ahead and follow up with the ones that you liked and then pull some more because we want you to see all the gowns and not be overwhelmed and have that time to really soak it in.
So you want it to be a fun experience and then when it turns into that, then it's just not, which I love that as your shop and as the owner, you pride yourself on that and not like, oh, we're trying to make a sale, which I'm sure there's plenty of brides who've gone out there and they feel pressured from shops to, oh, we'll just get it. Or, like I saw one video of this poor girl. She's just like recording. She's like, you don't need to be recording like all of these. And it's like, they're trying to find their wedding dress. Like it's supposed to be a fun, positive experience. So I love that you take really pride in that with your brides that come in.
100%. We're in the business of making sure you have the best dress and you're happy and it's an amazing moment, not selling some random dress to you.
Yeah.
And that way, like when you do come in for your comeback appointment, I would say 100% of the time they're buying the dress because they have had the time to think about it and they're like, okay, I looked at the pictures. I don't like this one compared to this one. I don't like this because of this. And this one's my favorite because of this. And they've had time to analyze it and have a little bit of time to soak it in. So I think it's important, like you said, to get some videos and get photos. Yeah. Because you are going to be photographed and videographed on your wedding day.
Forever.
So
These are your pictures forever.
Yeah.
Make sure you look good.
So talking about the entourage that comes in, you said you like to keep it small. Who are the right people to bring in for those dress trials?
So the right people definitely varies on the bride herself. The right person is someone that you would need there. You couldn't say yes if they weren't there. So if that's a grandparent, if that's a brother, if that's a mother-in-law, you need to make sure that at your appointment, they're there somehow. If it's FaceTime, that totally works too, because we've had a lot of brides be able to do the whole appointment with someone on FaceTime and have their input there. If you don't have that person there, I would not recommend shopping. I would not recommend even booking an appointment until you're able to have those people that you need there. As for bridal parties, and there's a lot of fun friends and a lot of bridesmaids that you want there too. I think just, again, honing in on like those necessary people and having them there for your bridal appointment is important. And also there's so many other appointments after you've said yes to the dress. We have accessory appointments you could do. And alterations appointments, those are like 3 to 5 appointments. So you can also bring your bridesmaids and other people that you'd like there for those separate ones. So you definitely have everyone involved and you feel like everyone's been able to see the gown. But for that appointment where you're ready to say yes to the dress, someone, I would say those important core people that you would need there to say yes to the dress.
I like that you brought up that there's other situations that, friends and family can be a part of the dress situation. Because I think, I'm sure there's people who are like, well, I feel bad if I don't invite so-and-so. And, I feel like they wanted to come, but you could be like, hey, I'm going to keep the, dress appointment, just these people, but my alteration appointment's coming up. I would love for you to come.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a really good idea.
Absolutely. And if you have that pressure of having to cut that line and like where do I draw the line to not invite someone? Most bridal shops only allow 4 or 5 people in there. So it's not even that you don't want them there. It's that you only can have a certain amount of people there.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to really just hone in on the entourage that you want. And then have everyone else there for the accessories and alterations, which is super fun.
For sure. How would you say, obviously you're talking about a small bridal party or whoever those special people are there for that appointment. How do you navigate maybe overbearing family members or maybe, just you're heavily in the appointment.
Opinionated.
Yeah, heavily opinionated. You see them there, you get the feeling of like, the bride's not happy. How do you go about those in those appointments?
Yeah, so that can be a tricky situation. And it happens in the bridal world, of course. So we're prepared for those types of things to come. And we have a lot of personalities. So you have the mother-in-law, you have your mom, you have a sister who likes this certain style, but maybe that's not you. So sometimes a lot of personalities can clash. And as a bridal consultant, you're not only there to style the bride, you're almost there to be like a therapist in some way. You got to keep the entourage in line. You have to be on the bride's side. You're definitely the bride's advocate in her voice because sometimes the bride can feel overwhelmed and she's just trying on things that her bridal party wants her to try on. So it's important to really connect with that bride, which we always do. And especially while we're getting her into the next dress, we're going to say, oh, for example, your mom pulled this dress. Do you like it? And they really confide in us and they really trust us. And they say, oh, I'm just trying this on for my mom. And so we'll put it on and we'll say, oh, she didn't like it. Or we'll say it didn't fit. Like we always have the bride's back.
That, yeah.
It doesn't have to be out there. We don't have to say she doesn't like this. She's not trying it on. But we're always in the background, just moving along to something that the bride likes, moving in the direction that she wants to go. And of course, still trying to listen to the mother and her sisters and whatnot, because they do know her and it's an exciting time. So they do want to see her in some different things, which is why I was just trying to pull like one gown for them to just be happy and this is it. And then we always slowly try to like move in the direction that the bride wants, kind of nonchalantly without the entourage really knowing what's going on.
Yeah. Do you, when the brides come in, do you let just them pick the dresses or is it like the family members are allowed to like grab dresses or how does that process work?
It's just us and the brides.
Okay.
So we're just talking with the bride. We're seeing what she's envisioning and then we'll ask her to come with us and we'll go through them with her. And then our inventory is kind of out there so that you could see it. We're near sitting in the showroom. So we have the moms and sisters that kind of get up and look around and if they see something and we have time, we will try it on that way too. But we want to just pull the bride and walk through her with our inventory to really get what she wants and make sure that we're listening to every detail that she wants to share with us.
I love that.
Yeah.
If a bride is planning to tone up or slim down before her wedding, how should she plan her dress fittings and alterations?
Totally. So the first most important thing is the time frame. So if you are 9 months out, you want to start shopping for a dress, regardless if you have plans of toning up or changing sizes. We're going to order a dress to your size that day. We're going to order a dress off of your measurements. We don't want you to have the stress of having to lose or having to tone up because you thought you'd be this size by then. You already have so much stress going on planning your wedding. That's the last thing we want you to do. We want you to just have your dress and know that it'll fit when it arrives. If you did tone up or if something changed, we are always able to alter it down. So if it hasn't been a drastic change, we're able to alter a gown maybe 2-4 sizes sometimes. And our seamstress has done lots of customizations. So we feel confident and being able to shape down a gown a little bit if you do tone up or change. And I think it's super important just for the bride to be transparent with us and say, I'm going to do this, or I know this is going to happen, or we've had brides who are getting a boob job or something before their wedding. And I'm like, great, I'm so glad you told me that, because we got to measure you different, or we got to do something different. So being able to be completely transparent with a consultant is super important too.
That's smart.
I agree.
Yeah. So have you ever had someone return their dress? Did they like purchase it and then are they allowed to return it? How does your like policies and stuff work with that?
So we don't do any returns.
Okay.
No returns, no exchanges, no refunds. And that is for a few reasons. That's because when we order a brand new gown, we've already ordered it and that gown is cut to your size, to your color, to your style that you wanted. We have had brides that have had some things come up and we have worked with them in certain cases. We have had brides who have gotten pregnant before their wedding date, which is something that like their dress that they picked wouldn't have been able to fit them at that point. So we work with them and we find different solutions for that reason. And we have had some weddings called off, but brides still will take their dress with them. There's so many resale websites and places you can sell your gown. So you can get some money back selling it that way.
Yeah.
And we have worked with them in special occasions. There is some circumstances where, of course, we will work with you and budge a little bit, but you want to order the gown that you want to bring home. Like, don't go in thinking, oh, I could change my mind in a few months or a few weeks. Because I would say that's not going to happen.
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't. I mean, or maybe I could be wrong. I don't think people realize that, you know, once you order it, most bridal shops are like, you cannot return this. And you have to keep it.
Yes.
So, you know, keeping that in mind, it's a big purchase.
Totally.
So to be smart about that and just like even with doing the process of finding the dress, like making sure it is the one you love, because if you buy it, you can't return it.
And we have that so many times. We state it so many times, sign so many times.
Yeah.
We want you to really, really know the right dress. And we're
for
100%, are you going to get this dress? You like this color? And they're like, okay, yes. And I'm like, okay. Good.
You're like, okay, we're on the same page. Okay. Make sure you said sign on the dotted line. We're good to go.
Totally. We did have a funny or kind of wild situation. We had a bride who had bought the same dress that her sister-in-law wore like 2 or 3 years before.
Oh my gosh.
She loved the dress. She said yes, the dress looked gorgeous on her, beautiful. The gown, then she emailed us a few months later and she goes, this is the wildest thing. I understand if I can't get a refund. Like, I totally respect that, but my sister-in-law has the same dress that I said yes to. And I'm thinking, what are the odds of that?
Oh, yeah.
There's so many gowns, and how did that happen?
Literally so many.
Yeah, so many. And I'm just thinking, poor girl.
I know.
Yeah, at that point, I'm like, we have to come in and we work something out. We found another dress and we were able to work that way, and a dress that she was absolutely in love with too. So she never compromised.
Yeah.
It wasn't like she was bummed that she had to lose the other dress.
Yeah.
The new dress, she absolutely loved as well.
That's crazy.
But I couldn't believe it.
What are the odds?
Yeah.
And like a sister-in-law too, like that's someone like so close.
Totally. It's like so rare to have the same dress bought again, let alone someone in your family in a wedding that you've been to. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was wild.
I know that happened not to me, but one of my friends, she does like wedding like modeling, and then I like see her post pictures and I'm like, that's literally my wedding dress. Yeah. And I'm like, my husband follows it and I'm like, I hope he does. Like, he hadn't seen the dress obviously, but I was like, hopefully he doesn't realize, but he's a guy. So he was like, I don't know.
Idea.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm just like freaking out in the corner. I'm like, and he's like, you good? And I'm like, don't worry about it.
I'm trying to think of like the 250 plus weddings that I've been involved in. I don't think I've seen the same dress twice.
Right.
Like every dress is so unique.
Oh, wow.
It's so unique to the bride. Like their day. I have not seen the same dress twice.
Right.
Wow. Is there any style that you can think of dating? I mean, when I think of wedding dresses going back, I think back to like Princess Diana.
Oh,
and
yes.
like going into the 80s. Are there any trends that you would love to see come back?
Yes, I love the gloves. I think they're making a statement and I think they're so cool. I love the chic, fun, like little gowns. I think those are so adorable. I even love, what's that? I can't remember her name from that Lindsay Lohan movie, and she's a sister in it. She has a twin sister.
Oh, yes. Parent Trap?
Yes, and she wears a white hat with like the little bird nest kind of veil. I think that's so iconic. I think those cool little pieces like that are so timeless are so fun.
I don't know. I love the gloves too. Ugh,
Didn't you have gloves?
I did have like fun little gloves for my reception dress. So yeah, I didn't wear it with like my wedding dress, but I did do that. And I was like, just a little fun little add-on. It had pearls on them and it just made it all more cutesy.
Do you think the ruffled shoulders are going to make a comeback?
I'm not sure. They're such a bold statement.
They really are.
And I have a lot of brides that have like brought their mom in and the mom shows me their dress, or they even bring their own dress in sometimes for the bride to try on, which is fun. Aww. And they're all the same. They all have those huge ruffles.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just thinking, I'm like, how is this a style? Like, I'm not envisioning it yet.
How did we get here?
Right.
Who decided this was a thing?
Yeah. And it was a collaborative thing. Like everyone wanted it and everyone loved it. So I won't say never, because in 10 years, we're probably gonna be like, oh, I wish I had ruffled shoulders on my wedding dress. Such a look.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, before we wrap up, do you have any like last tips, tricks, or like advice, or like anything that you really want to give the listeners for shopping for their wedding dress?
I think my biggest tip, again, is to, once you found your dress, stop searching and stop looking. Also, just to go in with that really positive mindset and try to get as little pressure on yourself as possible. Having that experience where you're open-minded and excited about it was the way that you find your dress. It really is. Having that thought, like stressed, I have to find the dress today, I have to do this today, is not the best way to go into a bridal appointment. So just coming in there with good energy, the people you love, knowing that this is one of the best days of your life that you truly will remember forever, and having that positive energy is really, really important.
Yeah, I love that.
That gave me chills. It made me think when I got my dress. I was like,
and you still remember it, huh? Like,
it's just
minute by minute, like you can replay this whole day again.
Exactly. Yeah. It was perfect. So
good. I'm glad you had a good experience.
Thank you so much for coming on.
I love it. Thank you so much for coming on, Poppy. If you want to find her or her bridal shop, visit colbybridal.com or on Instagram at Colby Bridal, and we will see you in the next episode.
Bye, guys.